Every English learner turns on subtitles, and that one habit is the exact reason your listening skills are not improving.
Today, we are going to tell you what actually works, and most English teachers will never say this out loud.
Hey everyone, I'm Emma.
And I am Alex. You are listening to the Fluent English Podcast, the show where two Americans just talk. We chat about real, everyday stuff, and you, our listeners, get to listen in and pick up natural English along the way.
Exactly. No grammar lectures, no boring drills, just two people having a real conversation. And today's conversation is honestly one of my favorites so far.
Same, because today we are talking about something every English learner has struggled with: watching movies and TV shows in English without subtitles.
And I feel very personally connected to this topic because I am learning Spanish right now. And last weekend, I tried to watch a Mexican film in Spanish, no subtitles.
Oh no. How did that go?
It was a disaster, Alex, an absolute disaster. I understood maybe one sentence every 10 minutes, and the rest of the time I was just sitting there nodding like I was totally fine, and inside I was panicking.
That is so relatable. I am learning French, and the first time I watched a French movie without subtitles, I thought my French was broken. Like I had been studying for months, and suddenly these actors were just speaking at the speed of light.
Right, and you start to think, is it me? Am I just bad at this?
And the answer, by the way, is no. It is not you. There are very specific reasons why movie English, or any movie language, is so hard to understand. And that is exactly what we're digging into today.
We're going to cover three big things. First, why movie English is so hard, the real reasons, not the ones you usually hear. Second, practical tips for training your ear, things you can start doing today. And third, movie recommendations, sorted by difficulty levels so you know exactly where to begin. Let's get into it.
So, Emma, you teach people English. You interact with learners all the time. What is the number one complaint you hear?
Without question. I studied English for years, I understand my teacher perfectly, but when I watch an American movie, I understand almost nothing.
Yes. And that gap, the gap between classroom English and real English, that is huge. And I think the first reason for that gap is something called connected speech.
Okay, explain that for our listeners who might not know the term.
Sure. So in a classroom or in a textbook recording, words are usually spoken clearly and separately. You hear each word on its own. But in real life, and especially in movies, words blur together. They connect. Sounds disappear. New sounds appear.
Give some examples.
Okay. Do you want to becomes wanna. Going to becomes gonna. Did you becomes didya. Could have becomes coulda. Would have becomes woulda. These are not slang words. They're just the natural way spoken English works when people are relaxed and talking fast.
And the thing is, native speakers do not even notice they're doing it. When I say, I'm going to grab some coffee, I do not think about it. It just comes out that way.
Exactly. So a learner who has only ever heard, I am going to grab some coffee in a classroom recording is going to hear something completely different when a real American says it.
That is such a good point. And the second reason movies are hard, I think, is mumbling.
Oh, absolutely.
So actors, especially in drama films or realistic films, they mumble on purpose because that is how real people talk. Real people do not stand in their kitchen and say clearly and slowly, I think we should talk about what happened last night. They kind of mutter it. They trail off. They look away while they're speaking.
Right. And in Hollywood, naturalistic acting is considered good acting. The more real it sounds, the better. So directors actually encourage actors to be less clear, not more.
Which is great for the film, not so great for the English learner.
Not great at all. And then the third reason, slang and informal expressions. Movies, especially American ones, are full of vocabulary that you will never find in a textbook.
Oh, for sure. And it changes by decade, by region, by subculture. What a teenager in New York says is completely different from what a cowboy in Texas says, which is different from what a surfer in California says.
And accents. Let us not forget accents.
Yes, accents are a whole other layer. American English alone has so many regional accents. The Southern drawl, the New York accent, the Boston accent, the Midwestern flatness. And then you have got British English, Australian English, Irish English.
Each one sounds almost like a different language sometimes.
And then, on top of all of that, there's background noise, music, sound effects, people talking over each other. In real life, conversations happen in cafes and streets and crowded rooms. Movies try to recreate that, so even the audio design works against you.
So when a learner says, I cannot understand this movie, the truth is there are about 5 different things happening at once that make it hard. It's not your vocabulary, it's not your grammar, it's your ear. And the good news is your ear can be trained.
And that's exactly what we're talking about next. Okay, tip number 1, and this is the one I wish someone had told me when I first started learning Spanish. If you're going to use subtitles, use English subtitles, not subtitles in your native language.
This is so important, and so many learners skip this step. They go straight to subtitles in their own language, and the moment they do that, their brain switches off from English completely. You stop listening and you just read.
Exactly. But if the subtitles are in English, you are still connecting the sound to the word. Your brain is matching what you hear to what you read in English. That is still learning.
And over time, you start recognizing sounds faster. You start to not need the subtitles for certain words and phrases.
Which brings us to tip number 2. Watch the same scene multiple times.
Yes, pick one scene, maybe 3 to 5 minutes long. Watch it first with English subtitles. Then watch it again without any subtitles. See how much more you catch the second time.
And the third time, try to repeat what the characters say out loud. Match their rhythm, their speed, their intonation. This technique has a name: shadowing.
Shadowing is huge. It is used by serious language learners all over the world. When you shadow, you are not just listening. You are training your mouth and your brain to process English at native speed.
It feels a little weird at first. You're basically talking to your TV screen.
Very weird, but it works.
Tip number 3. Choose movies you already know. This one is underrated.
Oh, smart. Say more.
So if you have already seen a movie in your native language, you already know the story. You know what the characters want, what the conflict is, what happens in each scene. So when you watch it in English, you're not spending brain energy on following the plot. All of your focus can go to the language itself.
Context carries you. Even if you miss a word, you know roughly what is being said because you know the scene.
Exactly. And this makes it so much less stressful. You are not lost. You are just filling in the English.
Tip number 4, focus on one character. Pick someone whose voice you like, someone who speaks clearly, and make them your focus. Follow their lines specifically.
I love this tip because a movie has a lot going on, but if you anchor yourself to one voice, one person, it becomes more manageable.
And over time, you start to internalize their patterns, the way they connect words, the rhythm of how they speak. It becomes familiar.
Tip number 5. Get comfortable with not understanding everything.
This one is psychological, and it is so important.
So many learners pause the movie every time they miss something. They rewind, they replay, they look it up, and honestly, this breaks your flow completely. In real life, you cannot press pause on a conversation.
Right, you have to get used to riding the wave of not understanding every single word and still following the general meaning. That skill, tolerating ambiguity, is one of the most important skills in real-world listening.
Let it wash over you sometimes. You will catch more than you think.
And tip number 6, the last one, do not only train with movies. Build your ear every single day with easier listening. Podcasts like this one, YouTube videos, audiobooks, radio shows. The more English your ears hear every day, the faster they adapt.
Think of it like going to the gym. You would not go once a month and expect results. 15 to 20 minutes of listening every day is so much better than 2 hours once a week.
And the beautiful thing is, it does not feel like studying. It just feels like listening to something you enjoy.
Which brings us to the fun part.
Movie recommendations.
Okay, so we sorted these into 3 levels: easy, medium, and hard.
Let us start easy, and when I say easy, I mean the English is clear, the speaking pace is slower, and the vocabulary is simple.
First recommendation, The Lion King, the 1994 original.
Classic pick.
It is an animated film, so the voice actors speak very clearly and expressively. The sentences are short, the vocabulary is basic, and almost everyone in the world knows the story, so you have that context we talked about.
Plus, the emotions are big and obvious. You always know what is happening from the visuals alone. That helps a lot.
Next easy pick, Home Alone.
Oh, great choice. The physical comedy carries so much of the film. You do not even need to understand every line because what is happening on screen tells the whole story.
And the dialogue is fun. It's expressive, not too fast. Kevin, the little boy, talks a lot to himself, which is great for learners because he speaks slowly and clearly.
My easy pick is Forrest Gump.
Oh, yes.
So Forrest has a slow Southern American accent. He narrates the whole film, which means a lot of the English is delivered in a calm, measured storytelling tone. The vocabulary is simple. It's one of the most accessible films I can think of for English learners.
And it's a beautiful movie, so you're learning English and watching a great film. Win-win.
All right, moving up to medium difficulty.
Medium means natural speed, some informal vocabulary, maybe a few accents, but still generally clear and followable.
The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, love it. Okay, so this film is set in the fashion world. It is fast-paced, the dialogue is sharp and witty, but the main characters speak clearly, and the situations are easy to understand even if you miss a word here and there.
You will pick up some great office English, professional language, and also some funny informal expressions.
Medium pick, for me, is Legally Blonde.
Fun movie.
It is light, it is funny, it is easy to follow emotionally. There is some legal vocabulary, but the movie explains it through the plot. The main character, Elle, speaks very clearly and enthusiastically, which makes her easy to follow.
And the situations are relatable. School, relationships, work. The language fits everyday life pretty well.
And my third medium pick is Clueless.
Oh, interesting choice.
So Clueless is from the 1990s, and it is full of 90s American teen slang. Some of it is outdated, but some of it stuck around and is still used today. It's a great film for learning how young Americans talk informally, the rhythm of it, the attitude of it.
Fair warning, though. Some of those expressions you will hear nowhere else. But that is also what makes it fun and interesting.
Now, hard.
Hard means fast speech, strong accents, heavy slang, overlapping dialogue, and complex or intense subject matter.
Number one hard pick, Pulp Fiction.
Oh, this one is genuinely difficult.
The characters talk fast. They interrupt each other constantly. There's heavy slang. There are long philosophical monologues delivered at full speed, and the dialogue overlaps in group scenes. Even native speakers sometimes miss things in this film.
It is a masterpiece, but save it for when your English ear is already pretty strong.
Hard pick number 2, Goodfellas.
New York accent, crime slang, rapid-fire delivery. The characters talk the way real New Yorkers talk. No pause, no hesitation, very fast, very direct.
It is an amazing film, but for English learners, it is like running a marathon as your first exercise after never working out.
Start with the easy list first.
Please. And the third hard pick, Inception.
This one is hard for a different reason. The subject matter is very complex. The characters are explaining dream theory and time logic, and they do it while whispering in dark rooms with loud music playing in the background.
So it is not just the language, it is the combination of complex ideas, plus quiet mumbled dialogue, plus heavy sound design. It's a triple challenge.
But once you can follow Inception without subtitles, your English ear is basically elite.
That's your goal. Inception without subtitles.
Okay, before we wrap up, we always give our listeners one small challenge to try before the next episode.
This week's challenge is simple. Pick one movie from the easy list. Forrest Gump, The Lion King, or Home Alone. Find one scene, maybe 3 to 5 minutes long, watch it once with English subtitles, then watch it again with no subtitles at all.
Do not stress about how much you understand. Just notice.
Notice what you catch the second time that you did not notice the first time. Notice which words blur together. Notice the rhythm of the sentences.
That awareness, that noticing, is the beginning of training your ear.
And if you want to go the extra mile, shadow one character for 30 seconds. Repeat what they say right after them. Match the speed, the tone, the rhythm. Do that 3 times in a row. You will feel the difference immediately.
That is it for today's episode of the Fluent English Podcast.
Thank you so much for listening. Seriously, the fact that you are spending time listening to us chat rather than watching TV in your native language, that is real commitment to your English. That matters.
And remember, every minute of English you listen to is a minute your brain is working. You are making progress even when it doesn't feel like it.
And hey, if you want to put today's tips straight into practice, go check out our episode called Listen and Repeat, 50 English Sentences for Daily Life.
It's exactly what it sounds like. Real, everyday sentences you can listen to, repeat out loud, and start using right away.
Perfect follow-up to everything we talked about today. This video is on the left side.
Trust us, your English will thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.